vomit. I'm gonna vomit. You gotta stop it. Oh, hi. Welcome
to episode 4 of Fade Masters.
With only one spot left in the semifinal and 2 barbers competing today, the competition is heating up. Who will have the freshest cut, and who will have to say goodbye? Let's find out. Hi Barbers, it's so lovely to meet you both. I wish I had more than one spot to offer you in the semis, but unfortunately, that wouldn't make for good TV. And we do only have one.
This is a cutthroat competition, so you'll better bring your A game. We've had some amazing barbers on the show so far, so the expectations are high at this point, so I'm looking forward to see what y'all create today.
You'll have 40 minutes to create the best and most creative freestyle cut you can think of. After that, the judges will be coming in to scrutinize your work. Are you ready?
Let's go!
Let's get cutting.
I'm the founder of Members Only Barbers. It's a network of barbers who work together in a concept of not a traditional barbershop. We are kind of globally interconnected and we link each other up with different jobs and work and create content together and kind of more focused on the aspect of the behind the scenes in the industry.
Okay, Juice, you've given yourself quite a challenge. You have very little hair to work with here.
Yeah, it's all right. It's got lovely hair, don't worry.
How are you feeling about it?
Well, you know, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Do you have a certain thing that you're not wanting to happen today?
No, I told him he can pretty much do whatever. You know, it's his show, so
Appreciate it.
And what do you think is going to be the biggest challenge today?
Honestly, the entire haircut is gonna be a challenge. Kind of nervous about it, but I just gotta rely on my skill, so.
Okay, well, very brave of both of you to be doing this today, so
Appreciate it.
best of luck.
My name is John, also known as Juice. I'm a professional barber in Vancouver. I've been barbering for 4 years in total in a span of like 8 or 9 years. So I cut at Blank Space in Yaletown and here at In the Cut in Mount Pleasant.
Darwin and I are both comedians, so we go at least a month back. We do, yeah. So how did you get into barbering?
Honestly, I like challenge myself, you know. And the viewers don't know, but I do have a physical disability. So standing, challenge, right? So accepted.
Totally, totally. And how do you know your model?
He's my cousin. He's been letting me practice on his hair for forever, you know, so.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
So you've been there from the jump.
From the very beginning.
Yeah. Okay, how was his first cut?
Oh, it was great.
Yeah?
He tried a couple things and I just like it.
And where do you cut hair now?
I don't work at a shop. I have a full setup in my garage, so whoever wants a cut, just come by, yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
You heard it here first. Go to Darwin's garage. He'll cut your hair.
Hi, my name is Darwin. I am a family man of 2 kids, young kids, and a wife. I work a 9-to-5 job. I'm also a barber by trade. I've been cutting hair for maybe 2 years in the shop, and I do stand-up comedy.
While the barbers are busy giving it their all, we're gonna go meet our special guest judge.
Let me introduce you guys to our special guest judge today, Donna Fati. Donna is a pioneer in the barbering industry in Vancouver and has guided many young barbers on their career paths. Donna, thanks for coming. Could you tell us a little bit more about yourself?
Thanks, Cody, for having me. I am the owner of Studio D Hair Salon here in East Vancouver, one of the biggest barbershops with 12 stations and a tattoo room. I have been doing hair for over 25 years, and I've had the shop for 17 years. I've staffed over 40 aspiring barbers and hairstylists, and my specialty is doing hair art designs and even tattooing the hair, which is called scalp micropigmentation. Short is SMP. So people facing hair loss, I just tattoo tiny little hair follicles on the scalp, making it look like they've got hair again. The way I became a hairstylist, our family could not afford it. So my mom was cutting my hair until I was 15 years old. We went to the salon for the first time, and I found it fascinating watching the stylist just cut my 3 siblings' hair. And I thought it was super simple. I knew that our family couldn't afford it, so I watched, I learned, and I told my mom, like, if you get me clippers and scissors, I can be the family hairstylist. And so she did that. She got me the tools, and I started even self-cutting my own hair at the age of 15, giving myself the whole T-Boz TLC look, just shaving a number 4 in the back and graduated bob in the front. And I just found a passion for it. So I started doing my friends in high school. And eventually, when I was 21, I decided to take it professionally and went to Vancouver Community College and took the hairstyling course there. I told myself before I went to hair school, I'm going to work somewhere, save up money for 5 years, and then open up my own barbershop salon, which is exactly what I did. When I go in there judging these contestants, what I'm gonna be looking for is precise detail and fading techniques, because when it comes to etching designs and artwork, you can really make a design pop out when you fade, specifically to make it look 3D.
I needed a career change. I was actually doing construction, and it was very seasonal, and I was just looking for something more consistent, and barbering just seemed like something that I would enjoy. Instagram just came out actually, and it was a video of a barber holding his cell phone and doing a fade, and I saw that, and the light bulb just went off, and I said, that's what I want to do. I thought it just looked cool. I couldn't see myself just doing the same thing all the time, and that's why I like barbering, because there's just so much to learn, so many different things you can do with it as well. Like, I could go and work in film if I want, or for charity. Like, it just has a good energy, like when you give somebody a nice haircut, you know, and it's very rewarding for me too. And I'm lucky that I get to get paid for that, so.
Barbering and comedy feed each other because they're in your chair, man. It's good because I can try my material on my clients, and if they laugh, you know, that's something that I can work on.
You notice that barber is one of the few professions out there where you can get close to someone without being called a creep. Right? Let's see. So for example, sir, right here, what's your name? Armand. That's a manly name. You're in my chair, okay? Manly Armand sitting in my chair, and I can say things like, Armand, that vibration tickles you, huh? Or I can say, hey, Armand, how do you like it from the back? Armand, is it okay if I did a number 2 on your beard?
Thanks for taking a break, guys. I wanted to introduce y'all to our guest judge today, Donna.
Hi guys, I'm super excited to be here. Thanks for having me as a guest judge.
We're gonna be coming in and taking a look at what y'all working on and getting a better idea of what the final product you're gonna attempt today. All right, Juice, let us know what you're trying to accomplish here today.
I'm calling this haircut the Jefferson fade. RIP to George Jefferson. So we're basically gonna do a reverse fade on this, and I'm gonna really enhance the lineup. Might throw some glitter on it. I wanna actually kind of make him look like he's like an OG from the future.
Do you think bringing in such a challenging model is gonna hinder or help you in this competition, you think?
You know, I just wanted to see the white hair faded on his darker complexion. I just thought that would look nice as well.
So you won't be adding any color?
No, no color, just maybe some white.
I know you're gonna do a reverse fade. I'm not sure. Are you
Are you gonna be doing some design
else on top of that? Because that's a lot of room.
Because his hair's like thin, right? It's not very like dense. That's gonna be my only challenge, is trying to get that fade to look really graduated.
I feel like there still can be a lot of designs.
Right on.
I'm excited to see what you pull off.
So I volunteer at Working Gear and Salvation Army Belkin House, and they have like a little barber chair there. So the reason I cut for charity is, for one, I'm just trying to give back, put some good karma out there for myself, and also, you never know, like those haircuts could help those people get a job or just feel better about themselves for a little bit.
All right, Darwin, let us know. What is it you're executing?
Yeah, so it's based on the Filipino flag. I plan to fade skin, like maybe skin fade. Depends. I don't know yet, but I'm gonna do a high fade, and then do a comb over to the side.
Is there something you specialize in, a style or something like that you're gonna input into this design today?
My specialty, oh man, I would say just the fine details. You know what I mean? Like if the line's not straight, or you know, I try to make it as crisp as I can. You know what I mean? Do the best, and we'll see what happens, right?
Yep, we will. I look forward to seeing the final product, and me and Donna are gonna go in the back and wait for y'all to finish, and we'll check back in when you're all done.
Best of luck.
Good luck.
Thanks, guys. Barbering is something I love because it's an art form, and not gonna lie, it's a struggle. You know, you have to be on your feet most of the time, and you can see I'm in a chair right now, but you can't tell I have a physical disability. I remember there was a younger gentleman that came through the door, saw me walking up to him, and he's like looking around. He wanted somebody else. Everyone in the shop, you know, vouched for me. He's like, "Yo, this guy can cut your hair. Give him a chance." And then at the end of the cut, he's taking photos of himself and posting it. Like, I told you, man, just give me a chance. That was a good experience, and that's something I always bring up, you know.
All right, Donna, so we just checked in with the boys on their initial guidelines there. What are your thoughts so far on the progress?
I'm thinking for juice, there is density there, and there's a lot of opportunity to create like a whole landscape design, pop it out, rather than just fading from the bottom. I'm hoping that I see more than just a fade.
Yeah, I think he can definitely do a lot with that. And yeah, the contrast of colors on the hair is just gonna pop if he does it right. He didn't have any designs like mapped out yet, so it's gonna be a big surprise when we step back there at the end. What about Darwin? What do you think about Darwin?
At Darwin, I'm hoping that I see more dimension as well in his design. It's too bad that his client didn't want to shave his head, so he couldn't do the entire flag. But as long as it pops out rather than just an outline of the Filipino flag.
Yeah, I definitely think adding that depth of the fading and stuff will really make it pop. And we've seen a couple things so far on this show where it could have used it, and I think that was one of the deciding factors on the person who went home that day. So I think that's something that they should really push on, is like, it's one thing to put that design in there and it be symmetrical, but then adding that next level that really
that
brings it out.
Exactly. And knowing how to play with the contrast.
Exactly. So yeah, also just Juice bringing in a model is just way out of pocket and crazy for me. I think that's nuts. And you know, kudos to him for taking on such a challenge. I think it could help him and it could hinder him, I think, depending how he tackles it. We'll let them do their thing for the next little while here, and then we'll check back in, and it's gonna be done when we next time we see them, they're gonna be finished. So I'm excited to see what they do.
I really take pride in being like somebody who can like do any kind of haircut and fix people's problems with their hair. So that's why I really love barbering, because I like the science almost behind it. So I choose my shops mainly because I'm trying to get better at a certain skill. So if I want to get better at Afro, I go to an Afro shop and work there. If I want to get better at designs, I try to find a barber who's good at designs and try to model him.
I feel like I excel in customer service first, you know? Haircut honestly is second. Because yeah, you give a good cut, but if you're not talking or interacting with your client, it's boring if you don't, you know, if you're just sitting there, right? So it's really the experience being a barber. Like again, haircut is second, I feel. It's the whole experience, you know? As soon as you come into the door, you make them feel welcome. From that one interaction, they'll come back or not, you know? It's from that one. And you have to be able to read the client too, you know? Not everyone wants to be talked to. Some people just say, hey, come here, I don't want to talk.
All right, barbers, the competition is coming to a close in 3, 2, 1. Clippers down, judges in. How are you feeling now that the competition's over?
I don't know, I feel okay, I guess. The cut's not like really how I thought it'd turn out, but I think we got it done.
I put all I knew, all my knowledge, all my skills, all today, tonight, like today. That's like the best cut I've ever done on this guy, so.
If you could change one thing, what would you change?
It's just trying to highlight the haircut, just make it a little more bold, or yeah, just make maybe a fade look stronger, I guess.
I would say my design, I feel like it could be a little bit more cleaner, sharper. But you know, time constraints, you know, I think that's the best I can do. We'll see what the judges say, right? So.
Do you think you're gonna win?
I don't know, Darwin's, I like his piece, but I mean, there's stuff that I would like change on it for sure. But yeah, I just hope the judges just go with, you know, what they know, I guess. I don't know.
Lee, do you think you're gonna win?
Let's go. Yes, let's go. I believe I win. Yeah, this game. Yeah, we'll see.
All right, so Donna, I know you're an expert in SMP, scalp micropigmentation. Do you have any tips for the viewers out there who might be suffering from hair loss themselves?
Unfortunately, only 10% of the world knows about SMP. So I'm hoping to get the word out there that if you can't qualify for a hair transplant, nor can you afford it, we have the solution called scalp micropigmentation, where we replicate hair follicles by tattooing it with SMP ink and increasing density, creating new hairlines. It could be natural, hard edge up, anything you want. And if you had a hair transplant, a year later, once it's healed, we can increase the density on that and also do scar camouflage.
So we got Juice's model here. Let's take a closer look here.
Okay, so I can see how he nicely faded it all throughout.
Very nice.
Yeah. But honestly, I wish there was something more like fire flames around the head and like fade in between. If you're going for this straight line look, then you can add another line right here and box it out.
Yeah, he could have done all types of crazy stuff.
For sure.
But yeah, what he has here is very crisp. I like this angle he's kind of got going on here. I think he could have cleaned up a little bit more here. And maybe low-key this length might be a little bit brought down a tiny bit if I had to be critical.
I see what you mean. Yeah, you're saying that it's really drastic. It's like you got the skin to the 0, 0.5, 0.5 guard. But from here, from the 0.5 guard to the 1, that looks like it went straight to 1.5.
There's a little bit of a weight line there, but even just beyond that, personally, I would have brought this down like a tiny bit, because then you would get these cleaner lines here. When you have like super long hair and you try and do a blunt cut at the bottom of it, sometimes the hair ends can kind of make it look wavy, so I am liking it. But yeah, just a little bit of like around the ear here is kind of could have been cleaned up a little bit more, and I think that's mainly because he left a lot of dent. You can see right on the side here how it's like kind of puffing out there. And you gotta remember when your client's home, like they're gonna wake up in the morning or go out and put a sunglasses on or a cigarette behind the ear, so you want to minimize like as much of that as you can when you're doing like this kind of stuff, I think.
Yeah. It looks like there's some white pencil. Looks like you used some white pencil.
The white enhancement is super cool with the hair, but yeah, I would have liked to see it a little bit blended in. But other than that, I think it's looking pretty cool, super creative, and he took a big leap of faith coming in with a model with this plan with the reverse fade, you know? It's really cool, so it's quite the challenge.
What do you think about the sparkles?
For me, it's cool. What do you think about the sparkles?
I'm gonna reserve my opinion.
Okay, well, that's it for Juice's cut. Let's bring Darwin's model in. All right, Donna, we got Darwin's model here. Let's dive in.
All right, so I was really hoping to see some fade in that Filipino flag. So see these middle parts right there? If it were me, I would definitely fade in between here and make the darkest part the center. That way it's almost like it's protruding outwards.
Yeah, he could have definitely done a little bit more depth in there and a little more shading just to kind of make it pop.
Yeah, definitely like for these lines here, I like them really sharp and crisp
Yeah.
with using like even on dry skin.
Yep, a
you don't
dry
have to
shave.
use a shaved, dry shave with a straight blade. That would
Yep.
just make it pop out even more. So adding a fade and just like popping it with the razor
Absolutely.
would be nice. And then having to make sure that you blend the hair here. You don't want no hair sticking out from there. When you do a design like this and you have black hair and you want to pop it out, you don't have to color it because it's already dark. At least the thick hair above, you definitely need to do a fade that way.
You got to blend that
Yeah,
out. for
you gotta
sure,
blend like this up here, this whole area should have been faded. Same with here, a little bit more.
I like the level he has it at. I think that's a nice level, dark enough that it pops, but not long enough where you're having the issue that Juice is having where the hairs are kind of sticking out. I
Yeah,
think
so-
the lower portion of the fade, like from here down, super buttery and actually really nice, blended into that foil. But then, and this is something we've kind of been seeing repeated on this show so far, is the struggle at the top here with the scissor work blending in.
Just me looking here, if I can lift that up, that is just one hair right there.
Yep.
So like that's the kind of stuff I tell my staff, you can't leave,
No.
you can't leave them out.
And you want the progression of the fade
Yeah.
to continue all the way, right? Like, and keeping it dark at some time. It's a skill in itself, right? And it really it is, and I'm seeing it on this show more often, is it seems like it's gonna be a challenge for a lot of these barbers. Yeah, so overall, I think it's a really great cut. Let's ask the model, what do you think?
I think he did a really good job. I went home with a big Filipino pride on my head.
Yeah, it's sick, dude. Yeah, it's a really good cut, and he did a good job. And we're looking for the absolute best. So if we're hypercritical, it's because we're picking out every little flaw. That's what we're here for. All right, so first of all, I wanted to thank you both for coming here and competing and showing us what you guys got. Super impressed with both the work you guys put out today. Donna, you wanna jump in there first?
Okay, so for Juice, I love how you did the transition. Doing a reverse fade is not easy. What I wished is that you could have done more. Like you could have done more than just a straight line. And then for Darwin, I love how you did the Filipino flag. I just wished that there could have been more pop and like more finer details. Like looking for all the stray hairs and just like blending it more. If you're not gonna fade the design, then at least fade above around it so then the design pops out it's on its own.
So the winner of episode 4 of Fade Masters is Juice.
You.
Congratulations, brother.
What's up, man? We did it.
Darwin, thanks for coming in and competing. We really like the haircut. You did an amazing job. There's just a few things that were kind of deal breakers for me on your cut, but overall great cut. Juice, awesome cut. But you know, we would have liked to see a little more designs. And now that you're coming back for the semifinals, let's see, bring it up, knock it up a notch, because you're facing all winners now from this point on. So
How do you feel now that you've won the competition?
I feel good. I was confident in my haircut. It was a struggle getting it done, but I just felt like, yeah, once you see the end result, I was pretty confident that it would be like a winning haircut.
What would you have done differently?
It's that design. Yeah, I mean, initially I didn't want to do a design, but like if you want to win, you should try, you know, get out of your comfort zone. So this design is kind of like, yeah, I'm happy that I did it. At the same time, it was like, it wasn't my expertise, I guess you can say.
What do you think set you apart from your opponent?
I'd say creativity, just showing you guys a kind of like a tougher situation nobody really, you know, likes to work with, or you know, it's not ideal, and kind of just showing there's still some life left in that.
Okay,
right?
so what's next for Darwin?
just move on, like business as usual, you know? Take what they gave me and implement them in my haircuts.
It was super sad to say goodbye to another talented barber, but at the same time, we're gearing up for the semifinals. So let's play the next episode. Join us in the next episode of Fade Masters for another exciting round of competition between barbers with amazing stories. Until then, stay out of hairy situations.